Have we broken the Rawlsian bind, Ned Phelps? I mean, on a great philosophical level, it seems like we've shattered our political and societal relationships. How do we get back to some sense of stability?
Oh my gosh. I think we have to start by electing a plausible group of people to manage the government. I don't think any of us realize how very important it is that the public sector be adequately managed. It was Paul Volcker who grasped that years ago, set up some institutes for study of government management. But we're just miles from that. We have a bunch of incompetent people who run our government.
It is the price, Ned Phelps, of weak economic growth. You have led with a discussion of productivity, a discussion of our dynamic needs. What's the Phelps prescription for the giant fiscal stimulus that we know is coming in February or March?
Well, let it come. I don't have any. I haven't given any thought to what directions it should take. Let's hope that there's something not just to encourage consumption. Let's hope that the giant cuts that come in as you put it in February and March. Let's hope that they address heavily the need for an investment stimulus, and maybe let's get some R&D going also.
Professor Phelps, what would be the prescription right now for the U.S. economy? And if you look at the plan, for example, of Joe Biden, what is good in it and what could he do better on?
Well, I think everything that Trump has stood for these past 4 years are just a disaster. It's just wrong thinking gone completely rampant. And the main thing we have to do is get ourselves out of that. What I'm referring to is the costly corporate tax cut. It didn't boost investment and growth, and then there's the rampant deficits, as if deficits are just fine. That cannot be good for the economy in the long run. Creates a lot of wealth, stimulates consumption, squeezes investment. Very bad. Another thing is the habitual threats to American businesses to do this, do that. This Mussolini-like interventions. This has to be stopped. That's a terrible precedent. Another thing is this crusade against trade. We need a lot of trade for productivity growth. We have a lot of high-skilled people who want to work for Silicon Valley. We can't get them because of a stupid resistance to immigration. And then the latest outrage, of course, is the letting the forests of the West burn down. That is another one of the appalling instances of bad government. And so, I mean, we've got to get the government out of the way. And well, not altogether out of the way, but got to get the bad stuff out of the way and start cultivating the good stuff.
Okay, but Professor Phelps, how would you deal on trade? So if you look at the ins and outs of the economy, productivity, but also this race towards the technology race, how would a Biden administration still hold China into account whilst getting what they want?
I'm a long way from being able to speak for the Biden administration. They've just discovered me in the past. In the past day or two, but I certainly hope that the Biden administration will take an enlightened view toward trade and everything else.